Welcome back to Sabbath Center. I'm Glenn Mariano. We're in the middle of a busy offseason in the division, and there has been a flurry of player activity around the league thus far. Notable examples include the recent retirement announcement of longtime PMC starter Dwight Nelson after 40 years of service. Closer to home, it was recently announced that the Mount Zion Filipinos backup pastor, Sheldon and Bro, has signed a multi-year contract with the Niagara Region Waterfalls as their new starting pastor. Terms of the deal were not disclosed. Although he was a backup, he has received lots of playing time, and he has put up a substantial stat line during his tenure at Mount Zion. He racked up an average of 55 minutes per sermon and an average rate of 155 words per minute, good enough for top 25 in the league. His teammate, Pastor Lee, is currently the league leader in the number of PowerPoint slides, which gave Mount Zion a potent 1-2 punch. He has become a fan favorite during his short time on the team. What's that, Brother Jerson? We have just received breaking news that Mount Zion's Leo Barbosa is being sent back to the minors to major in theology. He will be sent to Mount Zion's farm team, the Lacombe Burmans. We wish Pastor Leo all the best, and I'm sure we'll see him soon back at the major leagues. For more on the Pastor Sheldon story, we sent out our intrepid reporters Nica, Esguerra, and Sam Lee to Mount Zion Nation to ask fans and teammates what they thought about Pastor Sheldon and the news of his departure. Over to you, Nica.
Thanks, Kuya Glenn. Hi, guys. I'm Nica Esguerra, and we're here at Mount Zion Filipino Seventh-day Adventist Church, where we'll be interviewing various members of the church. Hi, so we're here with
Theo Tenerife.
Judy Gamez.
Jim.
Gigi Tenerife. Moana.
Trisha Garalde,
Sean Norte.
Jessica.
Iris,
Ed Solijon.
Lolita Bell. Esther Rosal.
Hi, I'm Cyril De Luna.
Basili.
What was your first impression of Pastor Sheldon?
I thought that he was a chill guy. Seemed like a very calm, a wise person. He's very quiet, a man of a very few words, but he's very cool.
Strong in scholarship, right? He very strong in learning and studying.
My first impression of him was positive. A really good impression, really good vibes when he was brought over to Mount Zion.
He was always very thoughtful and always very kind.
I thought he was like a very quiet guy, but then as I got to know him over the years, he's actually a really good guy to talk to.
Actually, I knew him when he was younger. My father and his family, or I guess our families know each other. So after seeing him grow up to be a pastor, and our pastor, I was impressed because it's like a complete turnaround. He wasn't the person that I remembered him as a young man. So
We had the pleasure of working at afternoon church together. Pastor Sheldon is really down to earth and he loves young people. And I think that's what really caught my attention.
When I heard her first come to speak in Mount Zion, like, wow, I was really impressed with his message at the time. And so I said, wow, we should have him in Mount Zion.
Yes, when I first saw Pastor Sheldon, he was with Pastor Beck, and the both of them looked very young. But when I heard Pastor Sheldon did his sermon, I was really impressed.
So if you had to describe Pastor Sheldon in one word, what would that be?
One word, leader.
Yeah.
He's very inspirational.
I'll say he's an inspiration.
A servant of God.
Just real. Very real.
God-fearing.
survivor. I haven't gone camping out there, but he was like in the boonies of the Philippines, and under whatever conditions, he survived.
Wise, I would say, because he's someone that we would go to for advice.
Just chill, like he's a chill guy.
Thoughtful.
Very thoughtful.
Prayerful person, prayerful pastor.
He's very smart.
A man of God.
What is your favorite memory with Pastor Sheldon?
Well, I've known Pastor Sheldon since we were in AUP, and I was introduced to this small group called SM, and he was in this group. My favorite memory is when we would go out to outreach, and he would always come. He would bring his guitar, and we would have worship We would have morning worship too at 5 a.m. That was fun.
My favorite memory is our small group. It was a really good community to kind of, bounce ideas off of, and and obviously hanging out with him and his family, his growing family.
Yeah, we actually went to school together in AUP in the Philippines, and because our two colleges were joined at one point, there's a competition that they have amongst the different colleges, and we both participated in a competition, and we won an award. I don't have it on me, but
there's so many. Let's talk about one thing that I think maybe this is fun. And one time he bring up the thought that there's something in the church. One time I told him that when I was sitting in the office and I hear somebody stepping down through the stair, and then I try to look and nobody there. And then he start talking about what happened in the field camp church. There's something like that happened there too. So that was my memory of him. And I told him, so would you stay by yourself in the church? He said, no.
Well, then my favorite thing is what the chance, the opportunity to get to know him a little better. Conversations that we had, he was always available to give a good advice, to help out. Any questions I had, he will answer in a very godly manner.
I'm just glad that he was the one that baptized me when I got rebaptized during Oshkosh. And, he really, helped me start or further my journey with God. And I'm very grateful for all the stories that he's told us. Yeah. And all the advice that he just shared.
We have a care group that meets every once in a while. When we were meeting twice a week, there was a lot of times where Pastor Sheldon and I would have pretty deep conversations. So that's definitely something that I remember from our experiences together at Mount Zion.
Is there any specific sermon or message that has really stuck with you?
His own message, his change, how he's known Jesus personally, and he's developed his faith, and now he shares that with me and everyone else that he encounters.
One story I will never forget about the time where he almost drowned in Florida and then God saved his life. I mean, that's one way to think that, in life we go through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I'm very grateful that he gave me some sort of inspiration in that sense.
It's how he met his wife. That I remember the way that he praying before he make the decision and before he asked his wife to have a date. I never hear anybody do like that before. And that the first time was hearing that there's a person that before he talked to somebody, he pray first.
Yeah, I think I remember one of his sermon about the sacrifices. I think he mentioned about having his braces when he was still in school, and I remember that because he said that you cannot continue to be good if you are not willing to sacrifice. You have to embrace the sacrifice in order for you to renew your spirituality.
What will you miss most about Pastor Sheldon?
Okay, so I think his sermon, and every time we have like a car blessing at home, he is always the one we asked for. And we miss his presence here.
Yeah, his presence.
How clear his sermons were.
I'm gonna miss those massages. Sometimes he just, I'm in the AV room, right? And I would just be working, and then he just, comes up to the AV room, just massages my shoulder. It's like, how are you, RM? Gentle hands, bro. Gentle hands.
I'll miss having talks with Pastor Sheldon because I found it very comforting and a very easy adult to talk to.
Miss most about Pastor Sheldon would be his very kind and endearing personality. He always had wise words that just fit any problem that we had to face, and I'm going to miss him for that.
And I will be missing you and Beryl dearly, and especially Ezra, and I hope to see the baby before you moved.
Is there any message that you would like to give to Pastor Sheldon before he leaves?
Yeah, I'd just like to wish him and his family best wishes and blessings as they go to a new environment. And just to keep in touch and remember that we're here as a church family to support him in whatever he needs.
Yeah, please don't go. Please stay. I feel like our time with you was cut so short, and I don't want you to go. I'm gonna miss you. That's a Beryl and the kiddos. You guys are so cute.
I know it's going to be an adjustment period for you and Beryl and the kids, but I definitely wish you guys all the best. We'll be praying for you, and we love you.
Where did the days go? The time has flown so fast. It's like just yesterday he was here with us, and now he's gonna go. But yes, Pastor, we will truly miss you. But we know that the Lord has something in store for you there, and the Lord is calling you for work. He will bless you tremendously, and He will use you so that many souls will be ready on that grand day.
I wish you all the best wherever you may be. You've been a blessing to us, and I'm sure the whole Mount Zion Church is going to miss you.
I'm really happy to see him grow, to see him from that point of his life to now. I'm really happy for his family, for him and Beryl and his growing family. So good luck, Pastor Sheldon, and we wish you the best, and we will miss you, but we're still around.
Hang in there, do his best, because in the face of life, we're going to go some good times, some down, and some up. Pastor Sheldon, you will do well, and maybe one day you may be back here. You know, you may be a lead pastor here someday. All right? May God bless you, and may God go with you and to do your best there. Amen.